Virgo, welcome to your mid-August reading. Just a reminder, if you like the video, please make sure to subscribe, comment, like, do all the YouTube things to help the channel grow. We're going to do something a little bit different here. You are going to pick a crystal. Okay, so either the blue calcite or the black obsidian. We're going to do a reading for both. Definitely be mindful of both readings, but if whatever you choose, either the black obsidian or the the blue calcite here, that is the message that is for you. But everything should resonate, right? Because some of these readings are like opposite ends of the spectrum, but it's like whatever you choose is going to be the reading that is meant for you here. So pick black obsidian or blue calcite. And for those of you that picked the black obsidian, this is your reading. We're doing a 4-card spread first, and then we are going to clarify with 2 cards. All right. So definitely some conflict, definitely you wanting a change in your fortunes, definitely want things to move a little bit faster here. So you start off with the Wheel of Fortune, right? So this is you wanting a change in your fortunes, or maybe you've experienced a change in your fortunes, followed by the 8 of Cups here, right? You have the 8 of Cups to the 5 of Swords to the Knight of Swords. So I'm definitely getting the feeling that you're making a big decision, right? There's been a lot of conflict internally or externally, right? There could be a quick change for you here, right? As a Virgo, we've been in retrograde for a few weeks, right? We're moving past the retrograde, so a lot of your thinking and your feeling and your processing has been slowed down because Mercury retrograde will always impact Virgo and Gemini, right? Because Mercury rules Virgo and Gemini, right? So you've been wanting a change in your fortunes, right? Like the things that you're feeling stuck with, you've been wanting a change in your fortunes. Now, to me, the big key card here that I get a feeling off of is this 8 of Cups. Right? The 8 of Cups is walking away from the things that are no longer working in your life. To me, this is the key, right? You want to walk away from a lot of the conflicts from the 5 of Swords. And then you are also hoping that there is a quick change, right? But it's like you can't rush change, right? Whatever you have been processing in this retrograde, if you've been mindful about how you've been thinking, how you've been feeling, everyone's been going through this, right? I'm sure sleep has been challenging for a lot of people during a retrograde, communication, breakups, all those things that happen during a retrograde. It's impacting you a lot more here, Virgo, because, every Mercury retrograde impacts you, right? So it's like, what are you walking away from that is no longer working for you in your life? That's the big thing that I'm feeling off of this, right? Because it's like with these 2 cards in the middle, you've had a lot of conflicts, and it's like you're trying to figure out what it is that you are learning from these conflicts, processing from these conflicts, and then you need to walk away. And so once you figure that out, right, you will have the Knight of Swords. Once you figure out what it is that you need to walk away from, once you're processing, especially I have a feeling it's the internal conflicts, we don't process our internal conflicts enough, right? We're so busy, we have to do so much, we have to work, we got to pay the bills, we don't get too much time to spend with ourselves. So the reading is saying that you need to take some time on your own in order for you to have this rushing energy of changing whatever this is, this thing that you need to walk away from, these conflicts that you want to be resolved. That's what's going to help you change your fortune with these 4 cards. All right, so we will clarify the reading. Let me just get that spread out again because I want to just see it. To clarify those cards, you have the Lovers and the Page of Wands. So, for those of you, this is about love. Maybe, things have been, there's been conflict in love. There's been challenges with the things that you love in your life, right? I'm sure there's been a lot of breakups going on during Mercury retrograde. This is where breakups accelerate. This is where the beauty of retrograde, even for people that are not in love, that are not in a relationship, like a lot of the things that will lead to things that need to break or things that need to end in our life that we love, those things will be accelerated during a retrograde. That's one thing that is quick in a retrograde, right? It's like the things that will mess things up in your life, the things that will break things in your life. If you've gone through a breakup, or if you have conflict about love or something that you love, it could be a job, it could be the things that you love and you've been experiencing conflict. The Lovers is saying that you just have to surrender to the energy, right? Or you have to call a spade a spade. If it's time to call it quits, it's time to call it quits. If there's something you don't love anymore that's outside of a relationship or dating, you need to move forward, right? And then when you do that, you will have the Page of Wands, right? So this is like your outcome here, in my opinion. Your outcome is to go on new adventures, especially now that it's mid-August. We're past the retrograde energy. We're past this like slow, grueling, slothy progress or lack of progress that we've been going through. It's time for you to go on an adventure with the Page of Wands. And the Page of Wands, he doesn't know where he's going. He just has enthusiasm. So you may not know where you're going, but you need to have a more adventurous spirit, right? Internal adventures, learn new things, do things inside of your home that are going to help you feel adventurous, but then definitely take on adventures outside. Go for a walk, go for a run, get out into nature, go, do some solo dates and go to a coffee shop or a restaurant by yourself. Like take on some adventures. And if you've been in hermit mode as the Virgo, right, make sure you're getting out of the house, and then definitely this is the outcome that you need, which is adventure. All right. That was the Black Obsidian group. This is for the Blue Calcite group. You have, very similar to the last group. And it's like, if you chose Blue Calcite, Virgo is here, the Hermit is here showing up, right? So you start with the Knight of Pentacles to Strength, which is great, to the Four of Swords, to Virgo, right? So that's the way that I'm reading it. I'm reading it from the Knight of Pentacles to Strength, to the Four of Swords, to the Hermit. And that's you, Virgo. Your card is showing up here. If you chose the Blue Calcite, you're coming up in a very powerful position, especially with the Strength card. So again, it's a similar message, right? The thing that I'm feeling here is that it's like slow moving progress, right? You want to be stronger in many ways, right? Like things have been moving so slowly. It's, made you, it's something you're hoping for to add strength into your life. Like maybe there's something that you really want here, but it's moving very, very slow for you here, Virgo. You want the strength from the Strength card. You could like see it, you can feel it, you can taste it. It's moving so slow, and it's moving a lot slower than you want it to, right? Especially with this retrograde energy that we're coming off of. But you can never rush, right? The Knight of Pentacles is a really powerful card because it's like he's the only knight that isn't moving. It's a slow card, it's slow moving progress. It's frustrating because you want things to move faster, but they're not. But the key that you need is the Four of Swords and the Hermit. You need to do you and just be home, right? Or again, this is a card of if you're being a hermit too much here, Virgo, if you're staying in the house and progress is slow, it's all about changing patterns with astrology and tarot, right? Like if you've been doing something too much, then you need to go in the opposite direction, right? So for those of you Virgos that chose the Blue Calcite, you've been home, you've been resting, relaxing, and covering with this Four of Swords, you've been staying in. It's time to get out. If you've been the type of Virgo that's just distracting yourself, even if you're at home and you're distracting yourself with things that are, keeping you from learning and growing, you need to change that routine, right? Or if you've been staying in the house and stuck in hermit mode too much, you need to get out, right? Because again, the thing that you want here is the Strength card. Right? So there's a lot of cards of being stuck here. And, the key to the Hermit is that the time that you spend on your own in hermit mode, you gain the light that's in that lantern. So what is this light for you? What have you gained? Like what have you learned from this time alone? Or if you need to go into hermit mode, know that it's for you to gain light. If you don't feel like there's light in your life, if you don't feel like there's joy and ease and wisdom and knowledge, you need to go back up into the crib, hang out with yourself, and really start to process and spend time with yourself. Heal yourself, right? You are a Virgo. You are a master of healing, right? So ultimately, the thing that you want is the Strength card, right? We all want this, right? So that's definitely what I'm getting off of that. So we have 2 cards here that are going to clarify these 4 cards. And I mean, it's wild. Like, this is how these cards, like these readings are connected regardless of which one that you chose. We had the Lovers to clarify here. And then with your clarification for the blue calcite group, we have the 2 of Cups with the Chariot. Right? So this could be about love. Maybe you've gone through a breakup. It is retrograde, or maybe love is slow moving for you. Maybe the things that you want to have more love in whatever way in your life, and it's been slow moving. So, I'm getting that definitely off the 2 of Cups. It's a love card, right? This is a perfect match. It's someone that's different from the usual type, but it's really about communication. So if it's not about love, the 2 of Cups is always about you communicating with your higher self, or I like to call my future self, or your future self, right? Like when you're in your quiet moments, when you're meditating, or if you're out in the world and you feel the energy that is powerful, that is your higher self communicating with you, right? Tap into that, write those messages down, like trust your intuition and your feelings, because all of us are receiving messages from our future selves. Our future selves would love us to make changes so that the outcome can be better. So it's like the 2 of Cups is about communicating with your higher self. So how do you do that? How do you take the time to like really sit with yourself? Like think about where you're going, who you're going to be in the future, the best version of yourself in the future. Ask yourself, how do I get there? Right? And then the way to get there is through the Chariot. So the Chariot is a card of taking control of your life. He is taking control of his life by leaving behind his home. He is taking control of his life by choosing himself and moving forward. He's on his Chariot and he's victorious, right? Chariot is a card of victory. So this is what you want. You want to leave behind. And the other group got the 8 of Cups, so it's a similar message. You want to leave behind all the things that are no longer working for you, even if it's your home, even if it's a job or a person, someone that makes you feel like home, something that makes you feel like home that is no longer working for you. This needs to be your outcome. And the key to me with the Chariot is always choosing yourself. That is the most important thing that we can do in life, is to choose ourselves, not in a narcissistic way, not in an egotistical way. Choose yourself by not allowing people, experiences, energy into your life that shouldn't be there. And if you have people or experiences or energies or things that you do or things that you have that you need to let go of and leave behind, this is your key here in this reading. All right. I hope you guys enjoyed it. There'll be some playlists popping up for you here, or there will be a playlist. Check it out. If you like the reading, please make sure to subscribe, comment, like, do all those things. Thank you so much. Have a good middle of your August, Virgo. Peace.